2022 is nearing its end, and although we had a lot of great titles released, the horror genre was still a bit lacking. But that's all going to change with these 5 upcoming horror games that every horror fan should be excited for. Number 5, Silent Hill F. Unlike previous Silent Hill titles, by the looks of things, this game is focused on a completely new story set in 1960s Japan. The story comes from Ryukishi 07, who's better known for the Higurashi graphic novels. The teaser is focused on a girl. It starts off with her standing in front of a grave and then wandering the streets while dragging a pipe, and then cuts into her running away from something in an alley. Though from the teaser alone, all we know about what she's running away from is that it's a plant spreading like corruption. In the end, we see what looks to be the same girl as far as I can tell, her body covered in flowers. It all takes a drastically different turn when her face completely peels off. Overall, the teaser doesn't show much. In fact, it leaves us with more questions than answers. But the special thing about this trailer is the eerie feeling it gives off that makes you think, maybe I don't want to know the answers to these questions. Silent Hill F's teaser did a good job of creating a chilling atmosphere, from the theme being played in the background to the sound design, and changed from calm and lonely to extremely unsettling, whether it's the sound of the dragging pipe and the look of an empty location, or the face of the girl with a slight smile peeling off. Whatever the case may be, Silent Hill F definitely has its way of gripping attention. Number 4, Dead Island 2. Dead Island 2 is a little different for an entry into upcoming horror games. Given its dark humor and heavy gory zombie slaughtering gameplay, it's the most action-based game on this list, but I do feel it's worth mentioning strictly because of how long people have waited for it. The first reveal trailer for Dead Island 2 was released 8 years ago, and for a long time it had a story similar to Cyberpunk. Nobody knew if the game was definitely coming out, but people are sure happy to finally find out that it indeed is. Dead Island 2 takes place in the city of LA, or Hell-A as they prefer to call it. It's a vibrant game flooded with zombie infected for you to brutally kill in whatever way you see fit. You'll be able to explore LA along with a hellish version of many iconic locations. The game also features a co-op mode, so if killing zombies alone wasn't enough for you, you can do it with a friend. I shouldn't have to say much about this game considering its fame, but it's definitely a must-play for zombie lovers. Number 3, Resident Evil 4 Remake. Resident Evil 4 is popular for being the game that changed the Resident Evil formula completely. From being a slower-paced survival horror to being a more action-packed, edgy survival horror with an over-the-shoulder camera, Resident Evil 4 is a loved game in the franchise, and it stood the test of time well enough, especially when it was turned into a VR game. However, with the success of Resident Evil 2 Remake, Resident Evil 4 was bound to be remade for the current gen. The trailer showcased a few familiar areas from the game, such as the starting area in the village and forest. From that alone, it's enough to know that this remake is going to up the scare factor by a lot. The redesign of the villages to make them look more maddened, and the more realistic lighting conditions, especially at night, make areas appear more dark and haunting, along with the forest being more dense. The remake ticks the boxes of what will give a strong feeling of isolation and the feeling of not knowing what lies ahead. The trailer shows that even though it's a remake, they did a good job of trying to keep the feel of the original game while also enhancing it. But there will probably be some changes to make the game more playable as a current gen game, such as gameplay mechanics for the camera movement and aiming similar to Resident Evil 2 and 3 remakes. Although I will complain if they took out Leon's roundhouse kick. Number 2, Choo Choo Charles. Just kidding, though it's an honorable mention. Number 2, for real this time, Silent Hill 2 Remake. Now, Silent Hill 2 Remake comes in as number 2 cause, well, it's number 2, sorry. Silent Hill 2 is one of the most popular and loved horror games in existence. It's a game that did it like no other, and there's no question at all about why this game would get a remake. It came as a huge surprise when it was revealed that Silent Hill 2 was finally being remade along with an entire new Silent Hill game. Granted, now is the best time since its release for the game to be remade, just because of the possibilities with the advancement in gaming technology today since then. To finally have Silent Hill 2 pushed to its absolute limits, and I mean that because it was said that this game could potentially push your PC to its limits. We saw the potential with the Resident Evil 2 remake. To be able to go into a world of Silent Hill in the way it's going to be now would make anybody truly terrified. From the potential for how much better the mist would work on current gen to simply how much creepier everything will look and sound. There's no doubt to anyone that this game is a must play for any fan of the horror genre. Number 1, the Callisto Protocol. Now, I already made a video talking about this game, which you can check out here. So I'll break it down more simply for this video. The Callisto Protocol is pretty much a spiritual successor to Dead Space. Set on the Jupiter moon Callisto, you play as an inmate of the Black Iron prison. You'll have to explore the environment of the prison and survive to uncover the mystery of what happened and what are the bloodthirsty creatures roaming around. Basically, the trailer for the game looks really good and it shows off a lot of how this game will feel to play. From the different ways you can kill enemies, making the killing in this game almost sandbox-like, to how alone you are going to feel exploring and never knowing what's around the corner. The sound design is also going to be really good, leaving you always feeling uneasy and like you're never in a position to relax. This game will put you on the edge, and if it helps even more, you can test out the sound design as well as get some world building from the prequel podcast series that's released on YouTube under the name Helix Station. I highly recommend it. It's extremely gripping and the sound design is amazing. The Callisto Protocol is very looked forward to, as are the other games on this list, and once again a must play. If you stuck around till the end of this video and enjoyed, don't forget to subscribe and leave a like for more. Comment down below what games you think should be on the list or is an honorable mention. The hierarchy I decided on this list is personal preference, though I may have missed some games here and there. So let me know. Peace out.